Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm super, super duper excited. Taryn, thank you for doing this for us last minute. I literally messaged her like, I don't know, 3 hours ago, and I said, hey, would you be willing to do a Zoom? And she's like, yes, when? I'm like, tonight. That'd be great. And she's like, I can make it happen. So I just really appreciate Taryn for taking the time to do this with us. And we actually met, so we're both police wives. I think we were in the same police wife group, and we met a couple years ago at conference. And so we've just been friends since then. And the police wife network is pretty small, and so it was really cool to meet her in person. And she actually, oh, let me mute everybody. Let's see. Okay, I muted everybody. So she actually signed 61 customers last month. And so I was like, oh my gosh, we have to get her on a Zoom. We definitely want to hear from her. So she's going to just get started and share her story with us. And then we're just going to kind of go into post to post and what she did to sign these 61 customers. So if you want to talk to us about when you started your journey, kind of like start, middle, end, and then what you're pushing for this month.
Okay, awesome. Hi guys. Thank you so much for having me, Melissa. So let me know if my connection gets funky. We live in the country, so we don't have the best Wi-Fi. And my son's trying to watch Twitch right now, so I told him he probably might have to hop off. So let me know if it's not coming through too well. So I started in 2015, so I'm coming up on 5 years in March. And you guys, I just always think it's so crucial. Most people don't start for thousands of dollars a month, and I was one of those people. I was working full-time for the county as a social worker, and then I was working part-time waitressing nights and weekends. And my son at the time was 8. And since he had been born, I had always worked 2 or 3 jobs. And so I was never home at night to do, homework, put him to bed, have dinner, none of that. And so it just hit me one day. I realized if I don't do something, this is our life until, in my mind, until he was 17. He could stay home before and after school by himself, but I just knew it was going to be years of that, and I didn't want that. And so I had a girlfriend that had let me rap before I did parties for her. And back then it was just the raps that we had. We didn't have all this cool keto coffee, skinny brew. And so for a party, you got to rap for free. So I was in, because I always got great results, but I didn't have a lot of money. So I would have parties for her. And one day she was talking about this $10,000 bonus that she was going for. And she was like, would you do another party for me? And I said, absolutely. But I really want to know what this $10,000 bonus thing is, because that sounds pretty cool. So I knew I could get behind the company because I already knew the products worked. Once she kind of told me a little bit more about it, I felt really confident in the products in the company. So I jumped in. Within 6 weeks, I went and replaced that second job, and I was able to quit. So for the first time in 8 years, I didn't have 2 or 3 jobs, and it was amazing. A year later, I went Diamond. They were doing good bonuses then. Mark had doubled them. So I got a $20,000 bonus that year. And it was awesome because I was getting married that year. So we paid all cash for our wedding and honeymoon. We have absolutely no debt from it. And I got to have the wedding of my dreams. So it was amazing. Then you guys, I got really complacent. And so that's you have to learn in this business is you cannot get complacent, because I got complacent and I stayed at Diamond for almost 3 years. So in August of 2018, I think, we went double Diamond. So don't let anybody tell you that summertime is slow season, because we went double in August, back when everybody goes back to school and all of that. And so we got another $25,000 bonus then. And that double Diamond meant that I matched my county income. And so my husband said, once I matched my county income, then I could come home. So I retired myself the following month. And the next month we found out I was pregnant, which was awesome. That's what we were hoping for. So then I just pushed really hard. And April last year we went triple, and then I had my little girl in July, and it's been absolutely amazing because I haven't missed anything with her. I went from having to work 3 jobs with my son and missing everything to now I'm home constantly, and I haven't missed one verse with my daughter. I literally had to spend 4 hours away from her the other day, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So first, it's the longest I've spent away from her. So it's been awesome. This company's been such a blessing to us, and it's amazing.
Yes, totally. And ooh, is that echoing for you guys?
Yeah, it is.
I'm having like the worst technical difficulties today. I don't know what's going on.
I think
Hold
it's
on.
echoing anymore.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I don't know what, like, I can't hear anything you're saying unless I'm on my phone, but every time I'm on my phone, it like does some weird stuff. So, but no, it's so cool. Like, I like that you said, like, you sat at Diamond for a couple years, but who cares? Like, you made it to where you wanted to go, and now you get to be home with your babies. And, like, at the end of the day, that's like the best feeling that you can ever have. And that's the best. It doesn't matter if it takes you, 6 years to get there, as long as you get there. So, all right, love that, love that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about um, what you focus on with your team as far as like signing customers, and I know specifically about host to post, but then also what you guys are doing with the new 6LC role too.
Yeah. Okay. So
but
yeah, no, yeah. So host to post, like host to post is everything. So I will tell you guys, when we were pushing for triple, so it's funny because I pulled my numbers from last year. So I think in like January we had 100 of last year, like, I don't know, 100 and something enrollments. And then February was kind of the same. And then we really started pushing host to post after that. And we jumped to over 300 enrollments. So we like doubled our just by doing doing host to post. Okay. So we like doubled enrollments by doing host to post. And so I had always like played around with it, but I never took it serious until that happened. And so when I saw that happen in March, we did it again in April. And that's why we had been boxed for triple since like February. It was just a matter of the volume, and we just were struggling with the volume. So ever since then, I've been like team host to post, like pushing as hard as we can for host to post. So, with our new DTs, what we're doing when they come in is, I'm having them make me a list of, I ask them to make a list of 10 people that they think would do anything for them. And then, sometimes they can't come up with 10, and that's fine. I was that person. Like, I didn't have 10 people that I thought would, want to do anything. So just however many, at the most 10. And then I have a message that I have them send to those people. And I can find it, Melissa, if you want. It'll take me a second to pull it. But it just basically says, it's very, very simple. It just says, hey, so-and-so, I'm super excited. I'm starting a new business. And then I like add some humor to it. We put in parentheses, don't worry, I'm not asking you to buy anything, laughing out loud. And then it just says, I was just curious if you could do a favor for me by throwing up a post on your wall. And in exchange, I'll be able to give you a free entry into our giveaway and then whatever we're doing that month. So I'm not sure how you guys do it, but for us, we do new DTs get in on all giveaways for 30 days, like, or for their first month for free. Like, they don't have to pay in or anything. So a lot of times, like, you'll see if they message 10, it's maybe like 30 to 60% of the people say yes. And then other people say no. A lot of times you'll see them like question, is this really so-and-so? Or like, girl, I think you got hacked. Like, so that's totally normal. But then what this does, you guys, is it creates so much momentum for your newbies, because let's say that they have 5 people who say that they'll post for them. And then each of those 5 people, even if they only get 2 comments on their post, that's 10 potentials for your brand new person. And they're really excited then because they've had 10 conversations that day. And we all know sometimes they can put a post on their own wall. We all have it happen. We put a post on our wall and it just like dies, like nothing happens, no likes, no comments. Even, after 5 years in the business, I'm like, oh man, was that a bad post? Or do I need to what was that was bad. Like, you still question it. So as a newbie, that can really mess with their confidence level when they're starting brand new. So by doing the host to post right away, number 1, it gives them a lot of confidence. Number 2, because they have so many people they're talking to, you help them get their 6 really fast. And third, now they know how to do host to post, because sometimes, let's be honest, it can take a long time to train your newbies on host to post if you're not doing it right off the bat. So it kind of like kills all these birds with one stone, and it makes everything so much more simple. So, like I said, we focus a lot on host to post. And you guys, that's how I brought in all those customers last month. Like, I think maybe 2 or 3 were from outside host to post. And those came from, I'm really consistent about doing coffee videos in my story, like every day. Unless like today I did, it's cheat day. So I went to Starbucks today, but so there's no coffee video in my story today. But normally there's a coffee video in my story every single day. So like I will sign from that, but mainly like, what I like about it is I feel like it's freeing me up to talk about the business a lot more on my personal page. And then I have so much going on with host to post and customers off of other people's pages. I don't really post about a whole lot of product on my page anymore. It's more, you know, it'll be a post for host to post, or I'm able to just talk about the business more. And so that's, sorry if my daughter is being a little loud. That's, you know, I like that aspect of it too. Do you want me to kind of go into how we do host to post, Melissa? I think you're muted.
Yeah, like how you do them, and then also like if you have people tag you, not tag you, what do you,
Okay.
and then what do you guys normally like have them post about? Like what's your kind of go-to host to post? Uh-oh, I think she's frozen. I think she froze. Taryn, can you hear us? We're like killing it tonight with these technical difficulties. I don't know if she can
Am
hear
I
us.
back?
Can you hear us, Taryn?
Are we good, Melissa? Okay, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, sorry. I just told my son to get off Twitch. Okay, so yeah, okay, so host to post. So and I talked to Melissa a little bit. She said you guys kind of do the same thing. We switch it up each month. One month I make my team pay in for host to post, and then other months I might gift it to them. This is my biggest thing, you guys. Even if Melissa is asking you to pay in, do it. It's like, I don't know what your guys' pay-in is, but even if it's $20 a month, it is so worth it. You are going to sign way more than that in customers. So it is so worth it. It's just funny to me. I mean, my team is the same. Yeah, $5 a week is nothing, you guys. You are going to bring in way more than that in the amount of customers you're going to sign from host to post. So, I mean, it's so worth the money. It's so worth it. So what we do is, you know, a lot of times we'll post for it, and sometimes, you know, and it can be real hit and miss when you post that you're having a giveaway, right? Like sometimes it can be really great and other times it really sucks. And so what I found works really well is if you ask someone for their opinion. So like, you know, we'll say, like the one that's been so good for me is, would you rather have a personal chef or a maid? Let me know in the comments and I'll enter you into my giveaway and then whatever we're doing. That one blows up every time. They also like to show you pictures of their dogs. Like that one is the other one that's like done super, super well. So sometimes all I have to do is post one post like that a week, and I have plenty of people to talk to and have host to post for me all through the week. Sometimes though it doesn't work so well, and I might post something like that and it gets 20 comments. Well, I need more than 20 people to post, because let's be honest, those 20 aren't all going to post for me anyways. They don't really know like what, you know, when they're commenting, they don't know that they're posting something. So I know I get asked a lot, like, well, how many people do you want to message each day? Because I will message people and ask them to post for me. I don't have a set number. I will say, like, I tell myself I need to message 100 a day, but I message for results. So I know if I have 8 to 10 host to post up that day, I'm going to be busy all day long. So sometimes I might only need to talk to 25 people and I get that amount up. Sometimes I might have to talk to 90 or 100 people to get that amount up. So it's just, you know, it kind of changes every day, but I just like prepare myself going into the day knowing that I'm going to have to send 100 messages. My message is super simple, and let me just pull that for you guys. So if they have not commented on a post and I'm just like reaching out, like, I don't like to call it cold messaging, but I'm just like reaching out on my own, right? It just says, hi, I wanted to let you know I'm having an awesome giveaway this month for blank. I wanted to offer you an opportunity for a free entry to win by throwing up a post on your wall for me if you're up for it. Super simple. Guys, I'll tell you this. A lot of times when I message 100 people, you're going to have over half of them completely ignore you. Like they'll read it and not respond. And that's okay. It's so funny. I heard Jade say this on a training the other day and I was like, oh, it's so true. Cause I get super offended when people read it and don't respond. And she said, she was like, you're not owed anybody responding to you. Like, so it's okay if they read it and don't respond. Honestly, it's not even once a day that someone is rude. Like people aren't going to be rude. I know it's scary messaging people. Like I get it, but nobody really is rude. They either ignore you, say no, thank you, or they say, yeah, sure. And so it's really great when they say yes. So, okay, let's check in. I was making sure that I'm not frozen. Melissa's letting me know. Like I said, I just go into the day knowing like, okay, I want to send 100 messages, but you guys don't want to send them all at the same time. Because you'll get blocked on Facebook. So I try and do like 25 at a time. And so, I've recently changed like my habits getting up in the morning. So, cause we're pushing hard for Prez right now. So, I get up at 4:00 Monday through Friday. And so I like from 4 to 7, nobody's really up. So I can get a lot of work done. So I know from that 4 to 7 o'clock time, I send 25, maybe 50 messages, but again, it's split up. I might send 25 from like 4:30 to 5, and then another 25 from like 6:30 to 7. And then I usually try like around lunchtime to send another 25. And then by like mid-afternoon, I send my final 25. I try not to do it too late because I prefer that whoever I talk to that day gets it posted that day for me as well. But sometimes they might get back to you the next day and I still, I'll just have them post the next day. No big deal. So I personally, you guys, I stick with just TFX. Like that is the only thing that I post. I stick with the same exact post. Melissa, let me know if you want me to send you these scripts because I have no issues sharing with you guys. So I'll send that message, letting them know we have a giveaway. They say yes. Then I just say, awesome. If you could post this for me, please, and let me know when it's posted. I don't like to be tagged in it. So I say, please don't tag me in the post. So, I know Melissa was asking, do I have them tag me? Do I not have them tagged? Personally, I don't like to be tagged. I feel like there's a difference when they tag and don't tag. It might just be all in my head. I don't know, but personally, I don't like to be tagged. So, okay, yeah, Melissa said you guys stopped tagging too. So then once I say, post this, let me know when it's posted. Then the post that I send, can you guys hear me okay with my daughter screaming in the background? If you can't, just let me know. So the post that I send says, if you could take one tablet at breakfast and one at lunch for the next 90 days and lose 30 pounds, would you do it? My friend Taryn needs 5 product testers. And then I changed the end. So right now it says my friend Taryn needs 5 product testers for spring break. Sometimes I'll say heading into spring break. Sometimes I'll say she needs 5 product testers using her discount. Like I might change that ending up a little bit, but not a ton. Once we're through spring break, then it'll be my friend Taryn needs 5 product testers heading into summer or for summertime. But I do change that number every single time. So when my first post of the day that I sent to someone says my friend Taryn needs 4 product testers. Next 5, then 6, then 7. I rotate 4 through 8. I don't know why, it's just what I like to do, but it changes it just enough to where I don't think Facebook is picking up on it. And then I just send that. So there's a few things I found when you send it. So once it's sent, they should tell you like, okay, it's posted. They don't always do that. So at the end of the day, I always go back through and look and see who I sent my post to. Because there was someone the other day that I sent the post to, I didn't think that she posted it. And I went and looked at her page and she, no joke, had 15 comments on her post. She never told me she posted it. And because I'm not tagged in it, I didn't know. So So you have to be on top of making sure at the end of the day that you go back and check everyone that you sent the post to and make sure that, you know, you've gone back to see if they posted it. So what I do after they post it, I'm sure people are starting to catch on to this. You guys might already know to do this. So I'll just go to Mark's page and show you an example. So when they post it for me on the post, you know how there's these 3 dots at the top right-hand corner? If you click that, you can select to save the post. So you can save the post to a collection. So when I click save post, it pops up with the collections that I have made, or I can do a new collection. So then I just add it to whatever, like each collection is just titled with whatever our giveaway is. So we did on the 13th, we did a dinner and movie giveaway for Valentine's Day. So like I have February 13th dinner and movie giveaway. And so that's where I was adding everybody that was entering into that giveaway. It makes it so much easier, especially, you know how you have those people sometimes who like share something every 5 minutes. And maybe they post for you and you go back and you're trying to find the post that they did for you and you're scrolling for days and you can't find it because they've already shared like 25 other things. This makes it so much easier because when you share it or when you save it to your collection, so when you go on your phone, you'll hit these down here, these bottom 3 bars, and then you'll go to saved. And then it has all of your collections here. So you can just click on whatever the giveaway is, and then all of the people who posted for you, it's all here. So you just click on it and it takes you right to the post that they did for you. Does that make sense? So if you guys have questions on that, let me know. But if you guys noticed, okay, so this is, you can't just rely on saving to a collection because people are super frustrating. They will, if you notice, like, see this one, it says it's no longer available. So that person like either unfriended me or deleted the post or something like that. So, and like there's a few of them in here. You can see there's another one in that collection. I think, yeah, there's one at the top. So people will delete the post, or like I said, they'll unfriend you. I had one girl unfriend me twice before we even did the drawing this past time. I kept having to message her and I was like, girl, if you don't keep me as a friend, you're not going to be in the drawing. So because they will do that, you have to write it down, or whatever you do. If you do an Excel spreadsheet, I'm old school. I like a notebook and paper. I just write their name down. And it's not so much to keep track of who posted for me. It's to keep track of who comments on their post, because once they unfriend me or delete that post, all those people are gone unless I go back through my messages. And if you might have 8 or 10 posts up that day and they each get 5 comments, you're looking at like 50 people that you're having a conversation with. So you want to make sure that you're writing down the people that you're having a conversation with, because you can lose them if they, if you're just relying on it being saved to a collection. So they post for you, they message you back, they tell you, okay, I posted it. Before you enter them, you want to go look at the post, because I will tell you, some people are shady. And let me just pull up one. Okay, so this one here, you see how she's got like the friends, like you can see the 2 people there. That means that she posted it to her friends. Sometimes you'll see a padlock next to that, or a gear. Sorry, you won't see a padlock, you'll see a gear. If there's a gear next to it, they shared it to a very specific audience, and they probably shared it so that you're the only person who can see it. I've had people do this before. So if it's not the 2 people, or like a world, like a globe, then you need to ask them to change the privacy settings on it. Because and the only reason I know, I never really looked before either, but all of a sudden I realized like I wasn't getting any comments, and I was like, she's got a ton of friends. I can't believe that I didn't get any comments. And then I got a notification, so-and-so shared a post with just you. And so I clicked on it, and it was the host of post. So I was like, oh, so then ever since then, I always double check, because you will every now and then have someone do that. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm very red, so I have no issues calling them out. So when they do it, I always try and assume it's an accident. Like, even though we know if it's shared to a specific person, it's not. I just say, hey girl, I noticed that you shared that just to me. You have to change the privacy settings so that it's shared to your friends or public, or unfortunately, we're not going to be able to put you in the entry. So that's just like side note. You want to make sure that they share it with everyone. So then once they come back, say that they posted it, I go look, make sure that it's shared either friends or public. And then once I make sure, this is just for me to keep track of everything, I always respond back and say, thank you, I have you entered. But I do that after I've saved that post to a collection. And then the other thing that I do on those posts that I forgot to show you guys is those same 3 dots. I'm gonna go back to Mark's page real quick so I can show you. Those same 3 dots at the top corner, you click those. There's also turn on post notifications. So I'll turn on the post notifications as well, but it doesn't always work. So you can't rely on post notifications. It will help a little bit, but it doesn't always work. So I just know a couple times a day, I'm going to go back through and check on all the posts that people have done for me to see if there's any new comments. So once I have the post saved, notifications turned on, I have them entered into the giveaway. Then once they start getting comments on the post, I don't know how everybody does it. This is just what I like to do, and I've coached my team to do. When someone comments on the post, we go to that person's profile and click add as a friend. And then we go back to their comment and then reply to the comment and say, hey girl, or hey so-and-so, whatever. I sent you a friend request. Once you accept it, I can message you with all the info. You guys will have to change that up a little bit if they have a lot of comments on there. If you're replying the same exact comment over and over, Facebook you. I had it happen a couple times. So it's like, it could be little tweaks. So like, I'll say, hey girl, I sent you a friend request when you accept it, or once you accept it. And then I can send you all the details. I can send you all the info, or I can send you details. I can send you info, like just tiny changes, but you have to change it up a little bit. Otherwise Facebook will block you from leaving comments on the post. So this I just learned, and it's not me. This was a girl on my team taught me this, and it is so, so helpful. So my rule of thumb is we don't message them until they accept the friend request. I'll tell you what to do if they don't accept it, like what we do in a little bit, but we don't message them until they accept the friend request, because we all know the message goes to like that other folder, and a lot of people don't know how to find those messages. And it's just so much easier if you're friends, and then it just automatically goes to their inbox. So what my girl Kristen taught me to do is, as she's going through and replying to the comments, like she's going to their page to add them as a friend, right? Because we just do TFX, mostly, I'll explain a little bit what we do outside of TFX. Because we mainly just do TFX, we have like our TFX script that we use all the time. So when she adds them as a friend, she clicks add friend, then she clicks message, and then like, you go into the message. I'm going to show you guys. So it would be like, I just pulled up Melissa's message. Okay, so you go into the message here, and you're going to click on it, and then you would just enter, like I don't have the message yet, but like I would put in the TFX message, but I'm not going to hit send, and I'm going to back out of the messenger. This is so, so nice for saving you time when they accept your friend request, because now when they go in and you get a notification, so-and-so accepted your friend request, and you're like, I don't remember where they're from, if they're from a host to post, if I sent a friend request or whatever, like all you have to do is open up the messenger, like click on them, click on message. And if you see that your pre-done TFX message is in there, you hit send and it's done. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, she just told me this, and I was like, that's genius. And so I did it yesterday, and it saved me so much time. It's been so nice now, because we get all these friend requests that are, it shows so-and-so accepted your friend request. And I'm like, dang, I don't remember where they're from. Then I'm going to their page, and hopefully their friends list is public so that I can see if we have mutual friends. But if we don't, then I have to go back through all my host posts to see where the heck they came from. So this will save you so much time, you guys. It's so awesome. So we sent a friend request.
Can I ask you a quick question? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could or not. Quick question for you. Okay. I'm like new in the business, so I'm still kind of learning things, and my leader may even be online with us. I don't know. But my question is like, when we have friends, we all have our friends list.
Mm-hmm.
Our uplines, is it okay for our uplines to kind of like take our friends? I guess is the easiest, quickest way for me to ask you that, so I'm not interrupting too much.
Well, I know sometimes like people can have mutual friends accidentally, because like like for me, I will a lot of times go to like one of my friends who's not in the business, and I'll click on her friends list and then go to like suggested in there and just start adding through there. And I'm not looking at who those people I'm adding are friends with to know if I'm adding somebody that's mutual friends with someone on my team. Hopefully that makes sense. So it kind of
Now,
depends on.
I always look at mutuals first before I add anybody, and make sure that they're not in my team. Make sure there's nobody in my team on that group.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
I
am
would
I just thinking too hard about it?
I mean, personally, it's just my opinion, and I don't know, Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, if you don't go by this philosophy, please step in and say something. It's totally fine. But for me, I don't want to take a ton of time to look and see who all their friends are, just because I feel like I have so many other things to do.
And I do spend a lot of time doing it. You're right about that.
Yeah. And especially, if there's someone who commented on a post, then it's, in my mind, it's kind of like free for all, unless I specifically know that they're talking to somebody else. And sometimes that will happen. I'll start messaging I had a lady the other day, guys, I had sent her the message of, here's all the information I need to place your order. And all of a sudden she messages me back, and she didn't respond. And so I checked in with her the next day, and she was like, oh, sorry, my cousin sells this, so she's going to let me try it first. And I was like, oh, girl, go order from your cousin. Like, I don't want to. So, it's like, if you're doing it intentionally, then you definitely don't want to do that. But if it's accidental, then I don't know. I just think there's a lot of time that can be wasted trying to look at all the mutual friends.
Right.
Hopefully that answered your question. So,
okay. Is there any suggestions from the other two girls? Or any thoughts? I mean,
are you like from Melissa?
It's just kind of a serious issue with me, because I do other personal businesses at home, and I just believe very much in my heart, you don't step on each other's toes, your sister's toes, your mom's toes, your grandma's toes, whoever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Daughters, whoever it may be. It's just how I've always been in the businesses.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've already caught it once, and we dealt with it then, and she did delete the people, and then I caught it this time again, not even 2 weeks later. And I'm, it's just something that bothers me and worries me.
Yeah, like a lot of the girls are saying, I would definitely talk to
she's really and
ask them. I would talk to your upline and whoever enrolled you and kind of see, if they can help you come up with a solution. I think that's probably your best. Then maybe go to her upline if that's kind of the situation that you're having. Maybe reach out to the next in line if you're feeling like you can't really go to your enroller.
Okay, because I love her to death. I really do. I mean, we get along so good, and I just, in my heart, I don't want to believe that she's doing this intentionally.
Right.
But in my business mind, I'm saying I got to be doing me, and I can't be doing me if she's taking my people. Because she put it to me, she made the comment to me that, this is for all of us, not just for, just one of us, or however she had worded that. Now, I know I didn't word that right just now, but in other words, but the way she had worded it, if you're signing my friends, I'm not making any benefit off of that. You're making the money. I'm not.
Like I said, that's a very specific, it's kind of hard for me to speak on it because I'm not a part of your team. So if you're feeling like you can't go to your upline, then I would reach out to the next in line. And I think that's going to be your best way to find a solution to all of it.
Okay, because I don't want to get her in trouble, and I just wanted some of my other sisters' thoughts on it. And I still wanted to hear everything you guys were talking about, but I wanted to discuss it while we were talking about that. Okay, but I'll leave it alone at that and listen to you some more, ladies.
Okay, sounds good.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you so much. Okay, so they accept your friend request, and you know, like I said, if you're preloading that message in there, it's going to make it so much easier because you're going to see they accept it, and boom, you can send that message. And like I said, I don't know how you guys do it, but for us, we focus mainly on TFX, and I'll go into why we do that. And I'm trying to watch the time too, Melissa. So like my initial message for TFX is, I'll pull it up here for you guys. Oh geez, hold on. Sorry guys. I have a million of them in here. I had to fix my, my pre-done texts. And now of course I can't find any, like I've sent a million over the last couple days. Okay, so my initial text for TFX says, hey, how are you? So the product is awesome. It's called Thermophyte X. It helps activate your metabolism, accelerates fat burn, and helps control your sugar cravings. It's clinically proven that the average weight loss is 31 pounds in 3 months. I don't end it with a question. I know usually I end most of my messages with a question, but that generally will solicit a response. Sometimes it's just wow. Sometimes they'll ask, well, is it a pill? Even though the post that they commented on said it was a pill. You'll get that question a lot. Yeah, Jamie, I'll send it to Melissa so that she can get it out to you guys. I'll send that, and then usually from there it goes one of two ways. They either say something like wow, or sounds great, or I need something like that. Or sometimes they go straight into how much is it. If they ask right off the bat how much it is, I'm just going to tell them, because with what I've given, they already have some information. They already have some information there to kind of somewhat make a decision. And I would rather give them pricing and like, okay, do you want to do this or not kind of things? Because if you guys are working host to post consistently, you're going to have so many people that you're talking to. It's not going to matter if you give them pricing and they say, no, thanks, that's too expensive, because it's $36 a month, you guys. Like if they can't do $36 a month, then they're probably going to be a pain in the butt customer. I'm just saying, sorry, not sorry. Like it just is what it is. So if they ask what pricing is, I'll give them pricing. If they just say something like, wow, or that's great, or I need it, then I say, it's super simple too. It's just a pill you take twice a day. And then I'll put in parentheses, recommended with breakfast and lunch. And then I'll say it's all natural, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, I don't know, one other point that I put on there. And I used to leave it at that, but I started taking TFX about 2 months ago and I've lost 14 pounds on it. So now I will add in at the end. I love it. I've been on it for almost 2 months now and I've lost 14 pounds and it's so awesome. Or like I'll say, I'm so excited because that was the last of my baby weight. So like I weigh less now than I did before I got pregnant. And that's, if you've used it and you have results, include a quick little blurb about it, because when they hear that you've used it, they're gonna feel a lot more comfortable, you know, in purchasing it from you. And everybody likes to hear your results versus here's a corporate picture, right? Which is great. We want to share corporate before and afters. I'm not knocking them whatsoever. I love them and use them all the time. But when you can share your personal results, people are going to listen to you a lot more. So if I have to send that second message, you know, giving a little bit more description of what it is and then what it's done for me, the next message is like 90% of the time, how much is it? Then I just launch into the pricing on it. So it's like, really, you guys, within like 3 messages, I've got a yes or a no on it pretty much. Sometimes you'll get the person who wants to see the ingredients list, and then they want to ask you, what if I'm on blood pressure medication? And what if I don't eat breakfast? And, you know, sometimes you'll get the people that ask like all kinds of questions, and that's okay. You just work with them. But for the most part, you can do it pretty quickly by using just like those 3 messages. So then when they say yes, guys, I will like fight tooth and nail to not send them my link, not send them to my website, because I have a much higher signing rate when I have them send me their information. And I always tell my team, it's only weird if you make it weird. If you're like uncomfortable asking for their card information, they're going to sense that and they're going to be uncomfortable. So after I send, you know, pricing, so when I send pricing, I always end it with, does that work for you? Because then you're going to get an answer. And I learned that from Green Carpet last year. I can't remember who said it, but I don't want to take credit for it because it's not me. Someone said that's how she ends it every time. And so now I just always ask, does that work for you? Sometimes they won't answer, but for the most part, you'll get an answer out of them. If they say no, it doesn't mean no for 100%, like, no, it doesn't work. A lot of times I'll say, no worries. Is there a day that works better for you? Because sometimes it's just, no, it doesn't work for me today. I don't get paid till next week. So if they say no, I always say, no worries. Is there a day that works better for you? If they respond back and say, yeah, Friday does, then I'll say, okay, I only have a limited number of discounted spots, but I can reserve your spot for Friday if that's when you'd like to order. And so by saying that, you guys, we all know we don't have limited number of discounted spots, but it makes sure, it helps a lot more with that follow-up then. Because then when I go to follow up with them on Friday, I say, hey girl, I have your reserved spot. I'm so excited to get you started. When's a good time to get your information? So that's kind of how I handle it on that. When I send, pricing information and say, does that work for you? If they say yes, then my answer is always, great, I'm placing orders today. If I'm sitting down, the baby's napping right then and there, then I'll say I'm actually sitting down placing orders right now. A lot of times though, that's not the case. I'm doing something else. So I'll say, great, I'm placing orders today. Would you like me to get yours in as well? And so then, they say yes, then I'll say, great, here's what I need. And I send them the list of information that I need. And like I said, and I always include my phone number at the end. I say, you can call or text me if you're more comfortable with that. And that way, because I wouldn't trust Facebook Messenger with my card information. I don't even accept Facebook Pay, because I don't trust my card on there. People have to Venmo or Cash App me. So I understand if they don't want to send it through that. But if you include your phone number, a lot of times they're totally comfortable with texting you, or they might send you most of their information, then call you with the card number. But it just makes it really, really simple to get all their information. Melissa, do you have any questions on that? Or do you want me to go into how we upsell off of that?
Looks like there's, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, so there's a couple questions in the chat. And then definitely I would love to hear about upselling. So let me see. So Jamie asked, after they've bought from you, do you give them your site info so that they can explore?
I personally don't, but that's because we started in January. We started a customer group, a loyal customer group. And right now it's just for my weight loss customers. But I go in there every day and post a daily workout, fitness tip, and recipe. And so then when we have, we have Skinny Brew and Keto Tea, I haven't yet because we've been so busy with everything else, but I'm going to go live in the group and talk about each of those things. And then we have how-to videos in there on how to use each of the weight loss products. So a lot of times people will go into the group and see the how-to video, and then they'll ask more questions about the other products that we have. And honestly, it's probably because it's lazy on my part. I don't send them my website. I just figure that, they're going to get an email welcoming them. And then they can go check out the website if they want. And I feel like corporate's doing such a good job making sure that our customers are getting emails with all the other stuff that we have, that I don't know, it's never really crossed my mind to do that. Might be something I need to start doing.
I know for me, once I sign my customers, and this is not something I've ever really talked with my team about, but I know once I sign my customers, I always send them their loyal customer ID and their password, which my passwords are all the same because I enroll all my customers too. I don't give them my website as much as I can. I rarely send out a shopping cart link, only if they're I'm not comfortable, if it's from a host post and they're not comfortable. Most people will give me their info, and I'm always that's crazy. But that's a really, really, that's an awesome idea to do the group. But yeah, so I'll just send them okay, if you want to check any of the other products out, this is my website. Here's your login. Here's your password. And then when your product comes in, let me know so I can tell you how to go over it. But I like the idea of doing a group because then everybody can use the same resources. And that's not something that we
and we do a
an ambassador distributor group, but not a loyal customer group. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah, and we do a weekly weight check-in. So every Sunday, we have a weekly weight check-in. And so then the customers can go on there and say how much weight they lost within the last week. And what's so great about that is first off, I get excited seeing that they're losing weight. Second off, It's really helped with not having customers like I'm just being transparent and real here, you guys. We all have the customers who come to us and say, this doesn't work. Your product doesn't work. I'm not losing weight. It doesn't work. But when they're in that group and they're seeing like 25, 50 people saying, I lost 2 pounds this week. I lost 4. I lost a pound. Is it the product that's not working, or is it you who's not taking it correctly? We got I think one person last month came to me and said the product doesn't work, where it was a lot more than that prior to that. So I think it's helping too with other people seeing like, oh, it's not just Taryn saying that, yeah, she lost weight on it. There's like real people in here that aren't distributors that are saying that they're losing weight weekly. So that's been another really big helpful thing in that group.
Okay, so I'm having to like disconnect audio, reconnect audio, disconnect audio, reconnect. Recording, and I don't even know if anybody's even be able to hear this later, but we're giving it a go. But yeah, and this has never happened. I do these every single Sunday night, and I have for a year, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but this is all like amazing information. So I'm glad for the people that jumped on this, just in case it wasn't recorded, because this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we would love to hear about like what you do with your team for upselling. And then I'll pick your brain a little bit after about what you're doing, like with the 6 customers for everybody to get their 6 customers. I know we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but I would love to hear what you guys do for upselling.
Okay. So once I get all of their information, so they have to send me everything, their card information, everything. Then I say, okay, great. I always upsell with the cleanse, you guys, because first off, I've always gotten great results with the cleanse. Second off, everybody needs the cleanse, especially if they're wanting to lose weight. It's going to kickstart that weight loss. So this is so simple. I seriously, you guys, do this with every person because you already have their information. So the worst thing they're going to say is no, thank you. Like they're not going to say cancel my entire order because you tried to offer me one other thing. Right. So, so once I have all their information, I say, okay, great. I've been getting my customers started with the cleanse as well so that you can detox your system, get it ready for Thermophyte X and see faster results. It will give you a jump start to your weight loss and help you get great results. Is that something you'd be interested in doing as well? I would say probably at least half, if not a little more, will at least ask for more information. They'll ask like, okay, well, what's the price on it? Or some will just say like, yeah, add it on, which they say, yes, add it on. You still need to make sure you send them pricing. That way they don't come back to you later and say, I didn't know that was going to cost that much, or I didn't know it was going to cost anything. So if you ask like, what's involved with that? Or what's the price? This is always what I send. Even if they just ask like, what's involved with it? It's super gentle, all natural, and done over 2 days. It's derived from blue agave, apple cider vinegar, aloe vera, and tons of fruits and vegetables. Cleanses your colon, liver, kidneys, small and large intestines, and gallbladder. Then I put my personal results. I've lost anywhere from 2.5 to 7.5 pounds on the cleanse. You eat the whole time, and I promise there's no bathroom issues. Normally it's $65 per month, but I'd be able to discount it to $39 per month. This is an old script that I'm looking at, to $39 a month for you. Then they'll come back and either say yes or no. And I saw Melissa ask, do I take it off 2nd and 3rd month? I wait to see what they say. If they don't specify, then I assume that they know that it's coming every month in their order because I say it's this amount per month. Sometimes they'll say, can I just try it for 1 month? And if that's the case, then I will put a reminder in my phone, like about a week after I place their order, to remove it from their cart for the next month. But I don't know, I'm weird like that. I want to make sure that their order has shipped out before I change anything with the following month. So a lot of you guys, a lot of people will take that upsell. So like we have so many upsells with that. So then you take in your 30 BB to a 63 BB. But then what you want to do is, because you're placing the order, right? You're getting their information and placing the order. Every single person, even if they say no to the cleanse upsell, I will send them Mocha Dreams. It's going to take a little more time, but I promise you it's so worth it. So first off, if you don't have Mocha Dreams pop up every time, if you have an iPhone or an iPad, just open a private window to put their order in each time. and it'll give you the offer every single time. So when it pops up with Mocha Dreams, like I said, it takes a little bit of time, but I literally screenshot that first page that says like it has a countdown timer and then congratulations and their name, you've been selected for a secret offer, right? So I'll screenshot that. Then whatever was at the bottom of the screen, I will scroll and make that the top of the screen and take another screenshot. And then same thing. And I will do that. And it's like 7 screenshots. Okay. It takes a little bit. But once I screenshot it, then I go to that person and I and this is, you guys, you have to be on top of placing your orders, because if you're already talking to them, they're already excited about ordering TFX. Maybe they've added the cleanse on. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose so much weight. They're excited. They're going to say yes if you're on top of it. If you're messaging them the next day about it, they might not be on Messenger. They might not be excited about it. Mocha Dreams, it'll pop up. It gives you 1 bag of keto coffee and 1 bag of chocolate greens, so they can make their skinny mocha every morning. And I think it's discounted to $55 for both of those together. So, so then I'll go to the person and I'll message them and say, OMG, I'm so excited you just got selected for a secret offer. And then I will send all those screenshots, like the seven different screenshots. So I'm blowing their messenger up. And then after I've sent pictures, then I say, is this something you'd like to do? If they don't answer, it's really tough. I usually give them a couple hours to answer because they might be busy. And the reason I do that is because one time I think it gives you like 20 minutes. I let the 20 minutes pass, or almost 20 minutes. I clicked submit because I didn't hear back from her. And like 2 hours later, she
I think we lost Taryn. She's not on here anymore. Oh no, she is. Taryn, where are you? I unmuted you.
Okay, I couldn't unmute. I don't know what happened. It like kicked me off, and then it said that it was reconnecting me. So sorry. So anyways, I had a girl like 2 hours later and say, can I still take advantage of this? And I was like, and that was so stupid. So I couldn't give her the upsell. So for like now, I usually just give it a few hours. Like, yes, it means I have to go back and re-put in all their information. But if they say yes, that's an additional, I think it's 30 or 33 BB. So a lot of times I can take the 1 TFX sale from 30 BB to at least 63, if not like 93, 96 by adding on Mocha Dreams as well. And one thing that's really key, I know we're running out of time, but one thing that I really want to make sure that you guys do and are active in, and I'm making sure that my team does too, you have got to be active on your stories. And here's why. If you are doing host to post a ton, I guarantee you, I see it every single time. I initiate a message with them. Sometimes before they even respond, they'll go watch my story. You'll see it because Messenger will tell you so-and-so just watched your story. I cannot tell, almost every single person watches my story at some point throughout our conversation before they've committed to ordering. And so I'm very active in my story. I'm showing my family, I'm showing myself, because then they can see I'm a real person. I'm not someone who's going to scam them. So when I ask for their information, they feel more comfortable giving it to me because they've seen a video of me with my baby. They've seen my son. They've seen my husband. They've seen my dogs. They've seen like whatever. They've seen me. And a lot of times too, because I do the coffee video, they'll be like talking to me about the pill, and then they'll be like, well, what's that coffee that you were talking about in your video? So like you can really easily upsell just by posting to your story. So just make sure that your story is good. And then I'll add in, you guys, if you have someone whose post gets 3 comments or more, this is just me personally, my rule of thumb is 3. I don't care if it's 3 orders, it's 3 comments. I will go to that person and I will say, you be so excited. Oh my gosh, girl, I can't get over how your post just blew up. Have you ever thought about working with me and making some extra money from your phone? Because you would be so good at it. You guys can take someone who hosted a post and turn them into a DT just because they did. So this is why host to post is so key to your business, because not only are you going to enroll lots and lots of customers, lots and lots of volume, you're also going to enroll a lot of distributors off of it. And even if they don't order right then and there, I had someone message me today and say, hey, do you have a $36 spot for that weight loss pill? I haven't talked to her since like the 1st of January. Like, my bad, I didn't follow up with her. That's bad on me. But she messaged me and asked if so I signed a customer today from a host to post that was probably done in December. And that's the other thing that I will tell you. If you're doing if you're doing host to post, you can't expect 61 in your first month. If you get 61 in your first month, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but it's being consistent over time and doing it over and over and over every single month. And that is when you're going to see that payoff of, maybe your first month you enroll 20, but who cares? Are you going to cry that you go home, that you went and you enrolled 20 people that month? No, like I guarantee it's more than you've been enrolling. Even if you only enroll 5 extra, it's still more, your volume's up. And then if you're teaching your teams to do this, that's where it really just starts to take off. So host to post is life, you guys.
I love this. And honestly, like, you taught me so much. Like, I've watched so many Zooms, like countless Zooms, and we've done different stuff with our team. But I love that you said that you have your team tell them, I sent you a friend request. When you accept it, we'll send you a message. But then putting that message already in there, like, that's genius, because like half the time people, like, it shows up and I'm like, man, like, when did I friend request them? Like, I have no idea. Because if you're working consistently at building your network and host to post daily and you're messaging people all day long, that's going to happen like multiple times, So if that message is there, like, that was like a huge nugget for me. I just had one last question, and then we'll hop off because the family call is about to start. But when you save to the collections, do you ever go back and delete old collections to try to, like, keep your Facebook clean, or you leave them up there and it hasn't made a difference?
I haven't so far, because I figure, because I just do TFX, like I said, I do so basically, if they've done TFX for me within the last like 6 weeks, then I'll have them do an opportunity post for me. And if they've done both of those, then I will have them do a post that says, I partnered with my friend Taryn to do a giveaway for blank, whatever I'm doing the giveaway for. Drop an emoji below and she'll tell you how to get entered for it. So that's what you can do. But because I do just TFX, now whenever we have a sale on TFX or a package deal, I can go back and follow up with all those people. If I got rid of my collections, I'd lose a lot of people. Like, yes, they're written down in a notebook, but it's so much faster to just go to the collection, click on it, and then go to that post and start messaging all the people that commented on that post, versus trying to take my notebook out and type everybody's name in individually in Messenger and message them. And sometimes they might have unfriended me, so Messenger won't pull them up easily. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to find them. And if they unfriend me, I play stupid. I just message them anyways until they block me.
Girl, so do I. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep messaging you until I can't message you anymore. Because if they were interested at one point, they're still interested. They just maybe don't have the money or whatever at the time. But oh my gosh, Taryn, thank you so much for all of your tips. You've been amazing, and this has been like huge for us and our team. And I know there's a lot of teams on, so thank you to the leaders who shared this Zoom. And you're one team, one mission, and we just adore you. So thank you so much. And
thanks for having me.
An incredible night. Don't forget to get on the family call. It's starting right now, so jump on, and we will talk to everybody soon. Bye, guys.